You lie down or settle comfortably, feeling the soft contours of your body meet the mattress or cushion beneath you. Your eyes may already feel heavy, or perhaps they flutter open and closed like sleepy lanterns catching glimpses of moonlight or the dim glow of a night lamp. You breathe in slowly, gently, and exhale with a soft sigh that carries the day's weight away just a little. Imagine yourself in a quiet temple courtyard, the scent of incense drifting lazily around stone walls that have stood for centuries. The distant chime of a bell marks the rhythm of your slowing heart, a sound that feels both foreign and familiar. With each breath, your awareness expands, yet gently narrows to the simple act of being present. You might notice thoughts fluttering in small birds landing momentarily on the branches of your mind. They are curious, restless, each with a story. That's perfectly normal. Watch them, but do not feed them. Instead, allow your focus to rest on the rise and fall of your chest, on the subtle warmth of your hands, on the slow cadence of your heartbeat. This is the gentle awakening of awareness, the first step toward freeing yourself from unnecessary suffering. Remember, even a monk in training sometimes finds himself dozing mid-chant. So do not worry if your mind drifts. It is part of the practice, part of the human experience. Take another slow breath in noticing the air passing through your nostrils, cool at first, then warming as it reaches your lungs. Imagine the breath as a ribbon of light weaving through your body, softening tense shoulders, unclenching tight jaws, loosening the knots in your stomach that have accumulated from long hours of worry. Monks still argue whether true awareness is a constant practice or a fleeting glimpse. Here in this moment, you simply observe. There is no rush, no right or wrong way to exist in this space. Now direct your attention inward toward the gentle hum of life within. Feel the subtle tingling in your fingers and toes, the quiet pulse at the temples, the delicate sway of the diaphragm as it moves like waves beneath your ribs. Each sensation is a signal of aliveness, a reminder that you are present, that you exist here and now, poised to witness the unfolding of your inner world without judgment. The playful truth is that by the time you reach the end of this meditation, you might be drifting so peacefully that you'll miss a few words, perhaps even the ending. But that's okay. The journey itself is the gift. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Consider sharing your location and local time in the comments, a small thread connecting you to fellow travelers on this gentle nighttime voyage. Let your awareness move softly to the sensation of the floor or bed beneath you, grounding you. Imagine that each point of contact is a tiny root into the earth, carrying stability, strength, and safety up into your body, through your spine, and into your heart. The breath deepens again, long and even, and with it comes a subtle smile, the kind that forms when you realize how small, simple, and yet profoundly present you are. As you settle, visualize a faint light glowing at the center of your chest, warm and steady, radiating outward with every breath. This light is the seed of mindfulness, the quiet awareness that grows stronger with gentle attention. Notice how it softens the edges of tension, how it makes even the smallest moments, like a distant bell, chime the smell of incense, or a bird's call in a storybook forest, feel like a sacred ritual. Humor yourself with a light thought. If a fly buzzes near your ear, right now let it remind you that life is curious and unpredictable, and you can remain calm amidst minor chaos. Now dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Breathe in fully, exhale softly, and let your mind expand into the quiet vastness of your inner temple. Here in this sacred moment, nothing else matters. You are present. You are safe. You are ready to drift toward insight, peace, and restorative sleep. As you continue to breathe gently, your awareness begins to settle on the subtle rhythm of cause and effect, the very heartbeat of karma. Imagine each inhalation drawing in clarity, each exhalation releasing tension, and the residues of past choices. You notice that every thought, every emotion, even each small movement of your body sets ripples across the pond of your life. Monks still argue whether karma is more like a river flowing steadily or a delicate spider web vibrating with unseen energy. Yet in this quiet moment, you do not need to resolve that debate. You simply observe. Picture a young monk carefully sweeping fallen leaves in the temple courtyard. Each sweep is small, seemingly insignificant, yet it maintains harmony, order, and cleanliness. Similarly, each intention you hold, each tiny act, whether a smile to a stranger, a word spoken in kindness, or the softening of a judgmental thought, creates subtle patterns in your life. Imagine those patterns as faint luminous threads extending outward, connecting to moments you may not yet understand. Some threads are bright, some shadowed, yet all are part of a grand tapestry, the intricate weaving of cause and effect. Your breath deepens again. Inhale, exhale. As you focus on this gentle flow, recall a story from temple lore. A monk once gave a piece of bread to a wandering bird each morning. Years later, when the monk faced hardship, a stranger appeared, offering aid. Was it coincidence? Perhaps. Or perhaps the ripple of that small act of generosity had already returned quietly without fanfare. Let yourself smile softly at the mystery. You do not need to understand the full sequence. Just know that each moment carries its seeds. Now bring attention inward. Feel the tiny sensations, the rising of your chest, the subtle flutter of your eyelids, the warmth pooling in your belly. These are your anchor points. Imagine the breath as gentle wind moving over the pond of your consciousness, nudging thoughts along without forcing them. Observe how ideas about the past drift in some pleasant, some tinged with regret. Like the leaves swept by the monk's broom, notice them without clinging. Each thought is a cause, each response a potential effect. But in this space, you are free to simply notice and release. Consider a curious reality check. The mind may try to convince you that you have to fix everything before sleep, yet you can allow the laws of cause and effect to unfold naturally. Some ripples resolve quickly, others slowly. Either way, your awareness remains gentle, steady, and unhurried. The playful hum of a distant temple bell reminds you that timing is beyond your control, and that is perfectly fine. Here in your quiet awareness, you practice witnessing, not reacting. As the minutes pass, imagine your body sinking deeper into calm. With each exhale, you release subtle tension, the tightness in your jaw, the holding in your shoulders, the stiffness in your lower back. Inhale, exhale, and sense the steady pulse of life within you. Cause and effect are not burdens to bear. They are soft lessons, gentle nudges guiding you toward awareness, toward freedom, toward inner peace. Even if the mind drifts into the worries of tomorrow, gently redirect it back to the simplicity of breath, the quiet cadence of your being, and the soft understanding that every action matters, even if imperceptibly. Visualize now a golden thread connecting your heart to the world beyond each pulse of compassion, sending out faint ripples, returning as quiet reassurance. Monks still debate whether karma is more scientific principle or spiritual metaphor, yet you do not need to resolve that here. Let yourself drift with the knowing that every breath, every intention, every gentle acknowledgement of life's web creates subtle harmony. Even the smallest choice, like noticing the sound of the wind outside your window or soft laughter from a loved one, carries weight. And in recognizing this, your mind feels lighter, more spacious, as if the temple courtyard itself has opened wide to invite serenity. Now breathe slowly, feeling the calm river of awareness flow through you. Imagine yourself stepping lightly along a path lined with lanterns, each one glowing softly as a symbol of the choices you've made and the ripples yet to return. You are both observer and participant, grounded and free. And as your body rests, so too does the tension of overthinking, as the gentle law of cause and effect reminds you that you are always supported by the subtle currents of your own mindful actions. As your breath continues its gentle ebb and flow, allow your awareness to settle on the subtle truth. Karma itself is neutral energy, neither good nor bad, simply the natural unfolding of actions and intentions. Picture it as a soft, clear stream meandering through a quiet forest. Monks still argue whether karma is inherently moral or simply a reflection of universal balance. Yet here in this calm, moonlit moment, you need only observe its presence. You do not have to judge it. You simply notice the movement, the way it touches everything it encounters, and the way it passes through you without resistance. Imagine a temple garden after a rainstorm. Each droplet falls impartially on stone's leaves, and the ground nourishing all without preference. Similarly, karma flows impartially through your life. Some moments appear bright and joyful, others shadowed or challenging, yet each is a part of the ongoing rhythm. You can watch this flow like a monk observing the patterns of raindrops on a pond. Curious, patient, and without attachment, the key here is gentle recognition, understanding that karma is not punishment or reward, merely energy responding to itself. Take a slow, deep inhale and notice the warmth of your lungs, expanding the soft pulse in your wrists, the subtle pressure of your body against the surface beneath you. With each exhale, imagine releasing any lingering judgment or expectation, letting the neutral current of karma move freely. Visualize it as a gentle light streaming through your chest, moving outward with each heartbeat, dissolving the tension that may have accumulated from overthinking or self-criticism. Even the small moments of irritation or impatience today are simply ripples, neither harmful nor permanent. Consider a playful tale from temple lore. A novice monk once accidentally knocked over a small stack of prayer bowls. Instead of scolding him, the abbot observed quietly, noting that each bowl's movement was a lesson in balance and cause. Years later, that novice recalled the moment with gratitude, realizing that the so-called mistake had been a neutral nudge guiding him toward patience. The story is whimsical, yes, but it underscores the subtle neutrality of karma. It flows, it teaches, yet it carries no inherent malice. Monks still debate whether recognizing karma's neutrality makes one passive or enlightened, but for you, the practice is simple: witness without clinging, release without fear. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in clarity and understanding. As you breathe out, let go of the desire to control outcomes. Each breath becomes a brushstroke, painting a calm, expansive mind. Even fleeting distractions like the soft creak of a floorboard or the whisper of wind serve as reminders of this impartial flow. Now allow a soft visualization to take shape. A clear mountain stream winding through mossy stones, reflecting moonlight, carrying fallen petals along its surface. Each petal is a thought, a memory, a tiny act, moving without resistance, blending into the stream's neutral current. Your mind mirrors this stream, flowing effortlessly, neither clinging to the bright petals nor fearing the darker stones beneath. With every inhale, you feel more attuned to this effortless neutrality, more spacious within yourself, and more free from the weight of judgment and overthinking. As your body relaxes further, feel the gentle rhythm of life in every fiber, the slight rise of your chest, the subtle shift of muscles, the soft pulse of blood through your veins. This is your anchor, your reminder that karma is not something to fear. It is energy to observe and align with. Even if thoughts arise, you return to the simplicity of breath, the quiet flow of awareness, and the soft understanding that everything passes naturally, impartially, and without fuss. Allow a faint smile to touch your lips, a small acknowledgement of the wisdom contained in neutrality. The moonlight in your mind illuminates the gentle flow of energy, the calm river of karma, and the spacious, peaceful sanctuary within yourself. You are present. You are awake to the subtle patterns of life. You are gently drifting toward insight, toward calm, and toward rest. Now, as you continue to breathe softly, notice how your intentions quietly ripple outward, shaping not just your own experience, but subtly influencing the world around you. Every thought, every small decision carries a weight, yet it is your intention, the quiet, almost invisible spark behind the act that holds the true power. Monks still argue whether intention or action holds greater karmic significance. But here, in the stillness of this moment, you simply allow yourself to observe and feel. You do not need to analyze, correct, or judge. You only breathe and sense the gentle currents of purpose flowing through you. Visualize a monk seated under a flowering tree, carefully arranging petals into intricate patterns on the ground. Each movement is deliberate, tender, mindful. The petals do not care whether the design lasts or is admired. They simply exist as part of the intention guiding the monk's hands. Similarly, your intentions, kindness, patience, curiosity, forgiveness, flow outward even when unnoticed. They create subtle patterns in the mind, in relationships, and in your own sense of peace. You are learning to witness this process without grasping, letting it unfold naturally. Inhale deeply, feeling your lungs expand, and exhale slowly, imagining that each breath carries the clarity of intention throughout your body. Notice how even tiny intentions, smiling at a passerby, offering a patient thought to a frustrated friend, or simply choosing calm over irritation, have a quiet potency. This is the law of karmic intention in action, gentle and persistent. A light-hearted reminder drifts into your mind. If you ever intended to win an argument today, it's okay. The universe chuckled, and you may now release it with a smile. Think of a curious anecdote from temple lore. A monk once carefully planted a single seed in the monastery garden. He did not know whether it would grow, whether birds would eat it, or whether anyone would notice. Years later, a small tree stood there shading weary travelers. The outcome was uncertain, yet the monk's intention had quietly guided the future. Your own intentions work in the same way, silent, unseen, yet profoundly shaping the landscape of your life. As you continue to drift deeper, notice the sensations within the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the light tingle in your fingertips, the quiet warmth pooling in your belly. Each sensation anchors you in the present, a reminder that intention is not some abstract idea. It is a lived, breathing energy rooted in awareness. Monks still debate how to measure its true effect. Yet you do not need to measure, you only need to feel. Let this energy expand from your heart like soft waves rippling across a still pond, touching every corner of your being. Breathe in clarity. Breathe out doubt. Each inhalation draws in awareness of your intentions. Each exhalation releases tension, judgment, and overthinking. Visualize your mind as a calm monastery courtyard. At twilight, lanterns flicker softly, shadows dance gently on stone paths, and every action, even unseen, is imbued with the quiet light of purpose. You are both participant and observer, aware that your intentions shape the patterns of your life, even when outcomes remain uncertain. Allow a faint, peaceful smile to form. Recognize that the gentle energy of your intentions, when nurtured with awareness, has the power to guide your day, your rest, and even your dreams. The more lightly you hold them, the freer you become from unnecessary suffering. As your mind drifts in this safe, serene space, ready to explore the next layer of insight on your journey toward inner peace. As your breath continues its slow, even rhythm, allow your awareness to drift toward the delicate practice of non-attachment to outcomes. You may notice your mind habitually trying to steer events to predict consequences or to hold tightly to expectations. Each of these efforts, though natural, creates subtle tension. Imagine letting go of the need to control, as if releasing a handful of sand and watching it trickle effortlessly through your fingers. Monks still argue whether complete non-attachment is truly possible or merely an ideal, yet you can practice it gently, bit by bit, in the quiet of this moment. Visualize a monk painting a calligraphy scroll. Each brushstroke is intentional, precise, yet he does not cling to the result. Mistakes are simply part of the unfolding process, absorbed into the beauty of impermanence. Similarly, your actions and intentions may ripple through your life in ways you cannot predict. You can plant seeds, but whether they bloom today, tomorrow, or much later is beyond your immediate control. The gift lies in practicing mindful effort without grasping, letting outcomes rest in their own time. Inhale deeply, noticing the subtle expansion of your chest, the rising warmth in your abdomen, the slow pulse of your heartbeat. Exhale, imagining the release of mental tension, the loosening of your grip on tomorrow's worries or yesterday's regrets. With each breath, feel the gentle freedom that arises when you trust in the natural flow of events. Even as fleeting thoughts of what if arise, acknowledge them softly and return to the soothing rhythm of your breath. A playful thought drifts in if you do fall asleep before resolving every imagined scenario. It's perfectly fine. The universe is patient, and so can you be. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk once spent an entire day preparing a tea ceremony, expecting a particular guest to arrive. The guest never came, yet the monk felt profound satisfaction, simply from the careful preparation, the attention to detail, and the harmony created in that brief moment. The outcome had not matched expectation, but the experience itself was complete, whole, and sufficient. Let this story be a reminder that fulfillment arises not from results, but from the mindful engagement of each moment. Feel the subtle awareness in your body, the tiny shifts in posture, the warmth in your fingers and toes, the quiet hum of life within. Imagine each breath moving through these points, releasing attachment, softening the tightness of expectation, and expanding space within your mind. Like ripples on a calm pond, your intention to let go spreads naturally, touching thoughts, emotions, and lingering worries, softening their edge. Now visualize yourself walking along a moonlit temple path. Stone lanterns cast soft pools of light, illuminating gentle curves and unexpected shadows. You step lightly, aware of each movement, yet not clinging to the path or its destination. Each step is complete in itself, each moment sufficient. Non-attachment to outcomes does not mean indifference. It means trusting the flow, recognizing that your efforts are meaningful, even when results are uncertain. As you sink deeper into the rhythm of breath, feel a gentle expansion of calm within your chest, a growing sense of spaciousness and ease. Your mind becomes a quiet courtyard, your heart a lantern flickering steadily, and the freedom of releasing attachment allows you to drift further into rest, preparing to explore the mirror of relationships in the next section. With each inhalation, feel your awareness gently shifting toward the mirror of relationships, noticing how the people around you reflect subtle aspects of your own mind. Each interaction, each glance, each word spoken is not just about them. It is a reflection, a feedback loop, a mirror showing hidden patterns within yourself. Monks still debate whether relationships are karmic teachers or merely incidental. Yet here in this quiet moonlit moment, you simply observe. The gentle awareness itself is the lesson. Imagine a monk walking through the temple courtyard, observing the way leaves fall in patterns, how birds perch on ancient stones, and how fellow monks smile or frown. He notices that his reactions reveal as much about him as about the world outside. So too, with your relationships, the irritation that flares at a colleague, the warmth you feel toward a friend, even the fleeting pang of jealousy, each is a mirror softly reflecting inner tendencies that often remain hidden. Your task tonight is not to fix these reflections, but to see them clearly with a calm, accepting gaze. Take a slow, full breath in, feeling your chest expand, and exhale, allowing subtle tension to dissolve. Visualize a soft light radiating from your heart, illuminating each relationship in your life, like lanterns along a winding temple path. Notice that some lights flicker with discomfort, others glow steadily with affection, yet all exist in harmony within the greater landscape of your mind. Even small moments, such as a remembered conversation or a tiny act of kindness, carry subtle lessons about patience, understanding, and empathy. Consider a playful tale from temple lore. A novice monk once argued with his teacher over the proper way to sweep the courtyard. Days later, he realized that the disagreement had illuminated his own pride and impatience, teaching him more than any sermon could. Humor yourself gently with this truth. Relationships often serve as mirrors precisely because they reflect our quirks, vulnerabilities, and hidden strengths. Even minor irritations or miscommunications are opportunities to practice awareness, compassion, and calm observation. Feel the pulse of life through your body, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the soft pressure of your hands against your lap, the quiet hum of blood moving through your veins. Each sensation anchors you, allowing awareness to extend outward without losing connection to your own center. Breathe in clarity and understanding. Breathe out judgment, expectation, and overthinking. The more lightly you hold your reflections, the more spacious your mind becomes, like a temple courtyard at twilight, serene and open. Visualize now a soft, rippling pool within your heart, each reflection of relationships mirrored on its surface. See yourself observing, not clinging, allowing each image to drift freely. Remember the gentle lessons of mindfulness. Irritation fades, kindness expands, and awareness deepens. Your mind begins to settle like a calm pond, absorbing moonlight, preparing you to explore the quiet power of forgiveness in the next section. As your breath continues its slow, even rhythm, let your awareness settle on the quiet, transformative power of forgiveness. Feel how holding on to resentment or self-blame creates subtle tension in the body, tightness in your shoulders, a shallow rhythm in your chest, a restless tug in your mind. Monks still debate whether forgiveness frees the giver or the receiver more, but in this tranquil moment, you do not need to answer that question. Simply breathe and allow the soft release of old burdens. Visualize a temple garden at dusk, where a monk gently waters each plant, noticing fallen leaves and broken branches. Instead of removing them harshly, he allows them to return to the soil, nurturing new growth. Forgiveness works in the same way. It does not deny what happened, nor does it condone harm. It simply allows the past to nourish understanding and peace. Let each breath carry away fragments of lingering anger, resentment, or regret, as if the soft wind of evening is sweeping the courtyard clean. Inhale, exhale, and feel a gentle warmth in your heart, the quiet pulse of life flowing freely. Imagine a glowing orb in the center of your chest, radiating light, with each breath dissolving the sharp edges of past grievances. Even the smallest acknowledgement of forgiveness toward yourself or another creates subtle shifts in your mind, easing overthinking and softening the night's worries. A playful thought enters: if you forgive the minor mistakes of today, tomorrow may feel like an easier stroll through the temple gardens of life. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk once found a fellow monk had accidentally spilled ink over a carefully copied sutra. Instead of anger, he smiled and said, "The lesson is in the impermanence." Years later, he realized that moment had taught him patience and the freedom of releasing judgment. Let this anecdote remind you that forgiveness is a gentle, transformative act, quietly reshaping the currents of your own mind without requiring dramatic gestures or loud proclamations. Feel your body sinking deeper into calm. Notice the subtle relaxation spreading through your shoulders, the softening of your jaw, the warmth in your hands. Each inhale draws in clarity and compassion. Each exhale releases tension, guilt, and lingering friction. Visualize the energy of forgiveness spreading outward, touching every thought, every memory, every lingering worry. Even if resentment or self-criticism arises again, simply return to the rhythm of your breath, observing with gentle curiosity and letting the energy flow through you. Now picture yourself walking along a quiet moonlit corridor lined with lanterns, each representing a relationship or memory where forgiveness is needed. One by one, imagine placing a soft, glowing light on each lantern, illuminating it without judgment. Feel the gentle sense of liberation as the weight of grudges and guilt lifts, replaced by warmth, clarity, and spaciousness. The mind begins to settle, the heart softens, and you are ready to drift further, embracing the next step, letting go of resentment entirely. As your body rests and your breath flows slowly, allow your awareness to drift toward the subtle practice of letting go of resentment. Notice any lingering tightness in your chest, the way your thoughts may cling to old frustrations, misunderstandings, or grudges. Each inhale draws in calm, and each exhale releases the heavy weight of lingering resentment, softening both body and mind. Monks still debate whether resentment resides more in the mind or in the subtle energy of the body, but tonight you simply observe and let go. Picture a temple courtyard after a heavy rain. Fallen leaves, muddied and tangled, float gently along small streams, eventually reaching calm waters where they dissolve naturally. So too can resentment drift away from your heart if you allow it. You do not have to force it, judge it, or even understand it fully. Imagine the tension in your chest loosening, the tight grip in your shoulders releasing, and the mind growing spacious, open to the gentle flow of life. Take a slow, deep inhale, filling your lungs fully, and exhale, feeling the subtle shift of energy throughout your body. Let the mind notice past grievances as passing clouds, not permanent storms. Even memories of conflict, irritation, or disappointment can be softened with mindful awareness. A playful thought drifts into your mind if your neighbor once borrowed something without returning it. Imagine a soft smile and release, knowing the universe has its own rhythm, and so do you. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk had long harbored anger toward a colleague who repeatedly disrupted his meditation practice. One quiet evening, he noticed the colleague struggling silently with his own burdens. In that instant, the monk's resentment dissolved, leaving only calm understanding. Monks still debate whether this was true compassion or karmic awakening. Yet the lesson is clear. Letting go of resentment is an act of self-liberation, quietly freeing the mind from unnecessary suffering. Focus on your body now. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the gentle warmth of your hands, resting, the subtle tingling in your feet. Each exhale carries away remnants of resentment, while each inhale brings soft clarity and inner ease. Visualize a soft golden light expanding from your heart, dissolving lingering grudges, making space for gentleness and calm. Even if traces of irritation return, allow them to pass like gentle ripples on a still pond, observing without grasping. Now imagine walking through a forest path in soft moonlight. Each step releases old tension. Each breath softens the weight of past grievances. Trees sway gently, their shadows dancing lightly across your path, reminding you that change is natural and inevitable. You are not holding on to the past, you are witnessing it, releasing it, and allowing space for tranquility to grow. In this quiet state, your mind begins to soften, fully preparing you for the next step, embracing the impermanence of all things. With each slow, mindful breath, let your awareness drift toward the profound truth of impermanence, the gentle ebb and flow of all things. Notice how, even in this quiet moment, nothing remains exactly the same. The subtle rise and fall of your chest, the fleeting thoughts that drift through your mind, the faint rustle of air against your skin. Monks still argue whether true understanding of impermanence comes from insight or experience. Yet, for you tonight, you simply feel it, letting this awareness expand like moonlight across a still courtyard. Visualize a cherry tree in the temple garden. Its blossoms appear in delicate clusters, radiant and fleeting, only to fall softly to the ground after a brief bloom. You do not try to hold them. You watch, appreciating their beauty, understanding their transient nature. So too with your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Each arises, lingers for a moment, and then passes naturally. Even tension, anxiety, and overthinking follow this rhythm. By recognizing impermanence, you invite a gentle spaciousness into your mind, allowing each breath to carry away the tightness of grasping and clinging. Take a slow, deep inhale, sensing the subtle expansion of your lungs, and exhale fully, imagining all fixed ideas and rigid expectations dissolving into the calm night air. Picture your thoughts as fallen petals floating down a soft stream, drifting freely without attachment. Each passing thought teaches that nothing lasts forever. And in this awareness, you can release the urge to control, to fix, or to resist. Humor yourself lightly with a playful truth. Even the stubbornest worry, if left alone, eventually drifts away just like an autumn leaf on a quiet pond. Recall a temple story. A novice monk grew frustrated when the water in the monastery fountain froze in winter. His teacher pointed to the ice and said, "See how it melts in spring, as all things must." The novice laughed at his own impatience and learned that impermanence brings both challenge and liberation. Monks still debate whether accepting impermanence means passivity or wisdom. Yet tonight, you embrace it simply as a tool for easing the restless mind. Feel your body melting gently into the surface beneath you. Shoulders loosen, jaw softens, and the subtle tension in your spine releases. Each inhale draws in the calm certainty of natural change. Each exhale releases the futile effort to hold on. Imagine a warm, luminous light filling your chest, expanding outward with each breath, reminding you that life flows continuously and you are moving in harmony with it. Visualize walking along a lantern-lit temple path at twilight. Each lantern represents a thought, a feeling, a moment in time. Each flickers briefly and then fades. By observing this, you feel spaciousness inside yourself, a softness where rigidity once resided. Your mind is becoming a tranquil courtyard open to experience, free from the burden of clinging. Here you are ready to explore the next step: mindful speech and the soothing embrace of silence. As your body sinks deeper into calm, bring gentle attention to mindful speech and silence. Even in the quiet of your own space, the mind generates words, internal dialogue that can soothe or stir tension. Monks still debate whether silence is the ultimate teacher or whether thoughtful speech carries equal weight. Yet tonight you can explore both, observing without judgment. Notice how your inner words rise and fall like soft temple bells, ringing briefly and then fading into stillness. Imagine a monk seated cross-legged under a blooming tree, whispering sutras softly, each word deliberate, each pause deliberate, each breath synchronized with the rhythm of recitation. The sound does not need to be loud to be meaningful. It is the intention, the presence that matters. Now consider your own internal speech. When it is kind, patient, or forgiving, it nourishes the mind. When it is harsh or repetitive, it can weigh it down. Awareness of this inner dialogue is the first step toward mindful speech and cultivating silence. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale, letting tension flow out. Picture each thought as a stone dropped into a still pond. Ripples emerge, but eventually settle. Your inner speech, like these ripples, can be observed and released. Even playful thoughts, like imagining a mischievous temple cat nudging a monk's robes, can become opportunities for noticing the mind's activity without judgment. You do not have to engage. Simply notice, breathe, and allow the currents of thought to settle. Recall a story from temple lore. A young monk eager to show his knowledge spoke too quickly during morning recitation. The abbot smiled and said, "Words are like wind. They carry seeds, but they also scatter." That gentle reminder underscores that mindful speech matters less than awareness and presence. Even in silence, your mind can practice kindness, letting thoughts pass without clinging, nurturing mental peace. Focus now on bodily sensations. the rise and fall of your chest, the subtle pulse at your temples, the warmth spreading from your core. With each breath, allow a deepening stillness to grow a quiet sanctuary in which internal chatter softens. Inhale, calm. Exhale, distraction. Visualize a temple courtyard at twilight, empty and serene, where soft lanterns illuminate stone paths and shadows dance lightly. Here, both sound and silence coexist harmoniously, and your mind learns to rest in this delicate balance. Picture a soft, flowing stream, words, thoughts, and silence. Each find their place along its banks, moving with ease and without obstruction. By noticing this flow, you allow the mind to settle further, softening patterns of overthinking. The gentle hum of awareness fills the space between breaths, expanding a sense of spaciousness, tranquility, and readiness for the next meditation layer, acts of compassion. As your breath deepens and your body relaxes, allow your awareness to shift toward acts of compassion. Even in the stillness of your own space, you can cultivate the gentle warmth of kindness flowing outward. Monks still debate whether compassion is learned or innate, yet here and now you can practice it simply by feeling it, letting it ripple softly through your mind and body. Each inhale draws in empathy. Each exhale sends it outward, like gentle waves reaching distant shores. Visualize a monk in the temple courtyard, quietly offering water to a small bird struggling in the sun. His act is simple, unassuming, yet the energy of compassion radiates far beyond that single moment. So too, your own compassionate thoughts and intentions, even directed inward, create subtle ripples in your consciousness. Perhaps you forgive a small irritation smile at a memory or send a silent blessing to someone you hold in your heart. Each gesture, however small, nurtures peace within and without. Inhale deeply, feeling your chest rise and expand, and exhale slowly, letting tension leave your shoulders and jaw. Imagine a soft, glowing light emanating from your heart, spreading warmth to every corner of your being. This light touches memories of kindness you've received and given, blending them into a quiet tapestry of connection. Even minor acts like holding space for your own emotions or offering yourself patience during a difficult day count. A playful thought drifts by if you smile at your own reflection. Tonight, you are practicing the same compassion that monks extend to every living being. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk once secretly left a small bundle of rice outside the monastery for wandering animals. Years later, another monk discovered the gesture, and the energy of that small act seemed to linger in the courtyard, creating a serene atmosphere for all who entered. Monks still argue whether the impact of compassionate acts is measurable, but you can sense it intuitively. Kindness softens the mind, eases the heart, and gently quiets restless thoughts. Feel your body sinking deeper, the subtle tremor of muscles releasing the soft pulse in your hands and feet, grounding you. Each inhalation brings awareness to the warmth of your heart. Each exhalation radiates calm outward. Visualize your consciousness as a gentle lantern, illuminating dark corners and spreading light wherever it touches. Even in moments of silence, your mind can offer this same compassion, extending outward in a wave of serenity. Picture now a temple garden at dawn dew, sparkling on leaves, the air fresh with possibility. You walk softly, noticing the delicate balance of life around you, feeling a quiet alignment with the rhythm of compassion that flows naturally through action and thought. Your mind begins to settle, each ripple of kindness returning inward, as peace preparing you for the next meditation step. daily rituals of kindness that cultivate karma gently and steadily. As your awareness deepens, allow your mind to focus on daily rituals of kindness, the small mindful actions that accumulate gentle karma and nourish both your inner peace and the world around you. Notice how even the simplest gestures, a quiet smile, a whispered word of encouragement, a patient thought toward yourself, carry significance far beyond what appears on the surface. Monks still debate whether grand acts or tiny consistent rituals create stronger karmic impact. Yet here in the stillness of your practice, you simply observe and feel their subtle power. Visualize a monk carefully arranging tea bowls each morning, attending to every detail with tenderness and presence. No grand audience witnesses this ritual, yet each movement cultivates mindfulness and calm. So too, your small daily acts of kindness, whether washing dishes with attention, responding gently to a message, or offering yourself patience, form a rhythm that shapes your mind, softens tension, and quietly influences your surroundings. These rituals, like the steady drip of water shaping stone, accumulate into a landscape of peace. Inhale slowly, drawing calm and clarity into your body, and exhale fully, letting go of tension and self-judgment. Feel the subtle shifts in your muscles as relaxation spreads, releasing the rigidity of overthinking. Imagine each exhale as carrying away old habits of irritation, judgment, and restlessness, while each inhale brings in warmth, patience, and gentle awareness. Even a playful thought, like imagining a tiny monk balancing a lantern on his head, can become a gentle reminder of the lightness these rituals bring. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk who swept the temple floors with meticulous care discovered years later that a wandering traveler, inspired by the clean, harmonious courtyard, found a path to inner calm. Monks still debate whether the traveler's peace was a direct result of sweeping or simply a coincidental alignment of circumstances. But the teaching is clear. Consistent mindful attention to small acts cultivates serenity both in yourself and in the world. Bring your awareness inward to the sensations of your body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the warmth pooling in your hands, the soft pressure of your back against the bed or cushion. Each subtle shift mirrors the gentle accumulation of daily kindness, an invisible network of quiet energy that eases tension and promotes inner calm. The mind, freed from overthinking, begins to rest in the soft rhythm of breath and awareness. Visualize yourself walking along a quiet temple corridor at dusk, performing small acts of kindness at each lantern, adjusting its wick, straightening its base, ensuring its light shines steadily. Each gesture, though simple, radiates outward, touching unseen lives and reinforcing your own sense of harmony. The mind grows spacious, the heart softens, and you are ready to explore the delicate balance of effort and ease in the next step of your journey. As your awareness deepens, bring gentle focus to the balance between effort and ease. Notice how your mind sometimes strives too hard, clinging to control or pushing for perfection, while at other times it drifts lazily, detached from focus. Both extremes create subtle tension. Monks still debate whether true wisdom comes from disciplined effort or effortless flow, yet tonight you can simply observe and feel the delicate dance between the two. Visualize a monk walking along a stone path carrying a small water pitcher. He walks steadily, attentive to each step, yet does not strain. Each movement is precise yet effortless, purposeful yet gentle. So too, your own actions and thoughts can find this middle ground intention without forcing awareness, without tension and presence, without striving. Imagine the breath as a rhythm guiding this balance. Each inhale a gentle nudge of focus. Each exhale, a soft release of resistance. Take a slow, deep inhale, feeling the expansion of your chest, and exhale fully, noticing your shoulders, releasing your jaw, softening, and the subtle lightness spreading through your body. Imagine a stream flowing between two banks, one representing effort, the other ease. The water moves naturally, guided by its own momentum, neither pushed nor obstructed. Your mind, when aligned with this flow, experiences a gentle equilibrium, a soft serenity that allows clarity and calm to deepen. Recall a story from temple lore. A young monk practiced meditation for hours, straining to sit perfectly still. His teacher observed and said, "Even the river flows without forcing itself over the stones." Over time, the monk learned that ease and effort must coexist. Discipline, guided by gentle awareness, action, tempered by softness. Monks still debate whether the lesson is spiritual or practical. Yet for you, it is simply a reminder to breathe and move with gentle attention, neither gripping nor resisting. Notice the sensations within your body, the subtle rise of your ribcage, the warmth in your hands, the faint pulse of energy along your spine. Each breath reinforces this delicate balance, bringing awareness and ease into harmony. A playful thought may drift if your mind wanders or fidgets. It is simply practicing the rhythm of effort and ease. Allow it. Smile softly and return to the gentle flow. Visualize a lantern-lit temple courtyard where one path is smooth and easy, another rocky and challenging. You walk naturally between them, attentive but relaxed feeling, the harmony of movement, the gentle presence of awareness, and the spaciousness that arises when effort meets ease. Here the mind rests in equilibrium, softening overthinking and preparing to witness without reacting in the next stage of meditation. With your breath flowing steadily, allow your awareness to drift toward observing without reacting. Notice how thoughts, emotions, and memories appear sometimes urgent, sometimes fleeting, yet none require immediate action. Monks still debate whether true detachment means absence of response or mindful engagement. But tonight you simply practice gentle observation. Your mind can witness without grasping, allowing sensations and impressions to arise and pass naturally. Visualize a monk seated beside a lotus pond. A frog jumps into the water, creating ripples that spread across the surface. The monk notices smiles and continues his meditation without disturbance. Similarly, your thoughts and emotions ripple through your awareness, yet you need not jump to chase or suppress them. Observe each ripple, each rising wave, each fleeting shadow, and notice how simply watching softens the mind and releases tension. Take a slow, full breath in, sensing the expansion of your lungs, and exhale completely, imagining that each exhale carries away the habit of reacting impulsively. Even when memories of frustration or regret arise, allow them to float by like petals on a gentle stream. You might imagine a playful scenario. A mischievous temple cat knocks over a lantern, yet the monk smiles and continues to sweep the courtyard. Observing without reacting is not indifference. It is cultivating peace amidst impermanence. Recall a temple story. A monk once watched a storm rage over the courtyard, toppling leaves and small branches. Instead of intervening, he observed, noting the patterns and rhythms of the wind. Later, he reflected on how the storm mirrored the turbulence in his own mind, teaching him that observation without reaction fosters calm insight. Monks still debate whether this practice alone can lead to enlightenment, yet its value for inner peace is undeniable. Feel the subtle sensations in your body, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the warmth in your hands, the soft pressure of your back resting. Each inhale strengthens awareness. Each exhale releases habitual tension. Imagine your consciousness as a lantern illuminating the courtyard of your mind. Shadows pass winds, shift, ripples form, and you remain steady, observing with equanimity. Picture walking along a stone path surrounded by flowering trees. Each flower blooms and falls in its own time. You witness without needing to intervene, appreciating the natural flow of life. This practice of observing without reacting allows overthinking to soften space to expand and the mind to rest more fully, preparing you to explore the next principle, cultivating gratitude for all experiences. As your body settles deeper and your breath remains slow and steady, bring gentle attention to cultivating gratitude for all experiences. Notice how even seemingly mundane or challenging moments contain subtle lessons, tiny gifts, or hidden beauty. Monks still debate whether gratitude is a response to external events or an inner cultivation, but tonight you can simply allow it to arise naturally like the soft glow of lanterns along a temple path. Visualize a monk walking through the monastery gardens, observing raindrops clinging to petals and leaves. He pauses, breathes deeply, and smiles inwardly at the small wonders surrounding him. So too, your own mind can notice the fleeting blessings in daily life. A kind word remembered, a peaceful moment, the gentle rhythm of your own heartbeat. Gratitude does not require grand gestures. It is the awareness of value and beauty in the simple unfolding of life. Take a slow inhale, feeling your chest expand, and exhale fully, letting tension dissolve with each breath. Picture a soft, golden light radiating from your heart, touching memories, experiences, and sensations alike. Even discomfort, mistakes, or challenges hold lessons that can be quietly appreciated. Humor yourself gently. If you accidentally spilled tea this morning, you might still be grateful that the moment reminded you to slow down and smile. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk once found a tiny flower growing between stones in the monastery courtyard. He marveled at its persistence and beauty, teaching himself to be grateful for life's resilience and simplicity. Monks still argue whether the lesson is in the flower or in the observer's mind. But for you, the significance is clear. Cultivating gratitude softens mental tension, releases overthinking, and nurtures calm awareness. Feel the gentle warmth spreading through your body, the subtle rise and fall of your chest, the soft tingling in your hands and feet. Each inhalation draws in appreciation. Each exhalation releases comparison, judgment, and restlessness. Imagine your awareness expanding outward, like the petals of the tiny flower in the courtyard, touching all experiences with gentle acknowledgement. Visualize walking along a serene temple pathway lined with lanterns, each one illuminating a moment of life. Some lights flicker with difficulty, others shine steadily with joy, yet all contribute to the tapestry of existence. By cultivating gratitude, you nurture a peaceful perspective, allowing the mind to rest fully open and soft, preparing for the next meditation. Focus, understanding the nature of desire and attachment. As your breath continues its gentle rhythm, allow your awareness to settle on the subtle forces of desire and attachment. Notice how the mind sometimes clings, reaching toward pleasant experiences or avoiding discomfort. Even the smallest longing, a remembered compliment, a favorite tea, or the comfort of a warm blanket, can create tension when held too tightly. Monks still debate whether desire itself is harmful or only when paired with attachment. But tonight, you simply observe without judgment. Visualize a monk sitting quietly by a pond, watching lotus flowers bloom and wither. He admires their beauty without needing to possess them, understanding that attachment to what passes only brings suffering. Similarly, your thoughts and cravings may arise naturally. You do not have to follow them, resist them, or push them away. Each inhale brings awareness. Each exhale releases subtle clinging, letting desire drift like petals on the water's surface. Take a deep inhale, feeling the chest rise, and exhale fully, noticing your shoulders soften and jaw relax. Imagine the gentle pulse of your heart as a beacon of calm, signaling that fulfillment does not require grasping. Even playful thoughts, like imagining a monk trying to hold a bouncing lantern in a breeze, remind you that attachment is often futile and unnecessary. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk once coveted a rare manuscript, only to find it lost in a sudden storm. Initially frustrated, he later realized the experience taught patience, acceptance, and contentment with what is present. Monks still debate whether this is a lesson in desire or impermanence. Yet the teaching resonates clearly. Clinging to desire binds the mind, while gentle awareness and release free it. Focus on your body, noticing subtle sensations, the pulse at your temples, the warmth in your abdomen, the rise and fall of your chest. Each breath brings awareness to the present, softening the habitual grip of longing. Visualize a soft, flowing light emanating from your heart, dissolving attachment and expanding spaciousness in your mind. Picture yourself walking along a moonlit corridor of the monastery. Objects, sounds, and memories pass by like lanterns floating on a stream. You acknowledge them without grasping, allowing each to drift naturally. Desire and attachment lose their weight, leaving space for calm clarity and gentle observation. In this state, your mind rests easily, preparing to explore the next layer, practicing equanimity amidst life's fluctuations. With your breath slow and steady, bring gentle awareness to practicing equanimity amidst life's fluctuations. Life rises and falls like waves on a quiet sea. Joys and challenges appear and fade. Monks still debate whether true equanimity is a state of detachment or balanced engagement. Yet tonight, you simply observe, allowing your mind to rest like a buoy floating calmly on the water. Visualize a monk sitting under a broad tree as sunlight flickers through leaves. Birds sing, leaves fall, and the occasional gust of wind rustles the branches. The monk watches all with gentle attention, neither clinging to beauty nor resisting the disturbances. So too can you observe the ebb and flow of your own mind, feelings, and experiences. Allow each thought and sensation to arrive and depart naturally, like waves lapping softly against a serene shore. Inhale deeply, noticing your chest expand, and exhale fully, releasing tension and resistance. Imagine a soft light radiating from your heart, steady and unwavering, grounding you amid the mind's shifting currents. Even playful thoughts like a monk balancing a lantern while tiptoeing past a sleeping cat remind you that equanimity is both attentive and gentle, a balance of awareness and lightheartedness. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk meditated near a river that swelled unpredictably with rain. He learned to adjust his posture, his focus, and his breath to the shifting waters. Monks still argue whether the lesson lies in adaptation or acceptance. But for you, the teaching is clear. Equanimity allows inner calm regardless of external conditions, softening overthinking and quieting mental turbulence. Notice your body, the subtle pulse of life within the rise and fall of your chest, the warmth of your hands, the grounding of your feet. Each breath reinforces balance. Each exhale releases mental rigidity. Visualize equanimity as a steady lantern guiding your mind through dim corridors, illuminating each experience without distortion, judgment, or attachment. Imagine walking along a temple path at dawn. Light shifts constantly. Shadows dance, birds flutter, and wind carries petals across the stones. You move with calm presence, observing without being swept away. Each fluctuation, whether subtle or strong, is met with gentle acceptance. This awareness brings spaciousness, peace, and a softening of overthinking, preparing you for the next practice, embracing simplicity in life and mind. As your breath flows steadily, guide your awareness toward embracing simplicity in life and mind. Notice how complexity, overthinking, and unnecessary clutter, whether external or internal, creates subtle tension. Monks still debate whether simplicity is merely a lifestyle or a path to inner liberation. But tonight, you can simply observe and practice it gently. Each inhale draws clarity. Each exhale releases complication, leaving space for calm awareness to deepen. Visualize a monk seated in a bare meditation hall. The room contains only a mat, a small altar, and a single lantern. He breathes slowly, noticing the subtle sounds around him, the rustle of leaves outside a distant bell, the soft tick of his own heartbeat. Even in the absence of adornments, the monk experiences richness, presence, and fulfillment. Similarly, your mind can simplify itself, releasing the need to control, judge, or overanalyze, focusing instead on the essentials of breath awareness and gentle attention. Inhale deeply, sensing the rise of your chest, and exhale, noticing tension dissolving through your shoulders, jaw, and abdomen. Imagine each exhale sweeping away mental clutter, leaving a clear, calm space within. Even playful thoughts like a monk choosing to meditate on a single stone instead of arranging the entire garden remind you that simplicity can be profound, freeing, and surprisingly joyful. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk once lived with only a bowl, a robe, and a walking staff. Visitors marveled at his peaceful demeanor, asking how he remained so content. He simply smiled, gesturing to the quiet courtyard. When the mind is uncluttered, life itself is enough. Monks still debate whether simplicity is external, internal, or both. Yet the teaching resonates clearly. Letting go of excess eases suffering and nourishes tranquility. Feel your body soften into the surface beneath you. Each inhale draws in calm clarity. Each exhale releases unnecessary tension, worry, or mental noise. Visualize your awareness as a single candle flame in a dark hall, steady, gentle, and sufficient unto itself. There is no need for adornment or distraction. The presence of simple, mindful attention is enough. Picture walking along a quiet temple path, each step deliberate, uncluttered by haste or distraction. The trees, the stones, the air, all are part of the serene simplicity surrounding you. Your mind follows naturally, softening, opening, and resting in spacious awareness. Simplicity allows overthinking to dissolve, leaving room for peace, balance, and gentle insight, preparing you for the next step, cultivating patience in all things. As your breath continues its gentle rhythm, allow your awareness to settle on cultivating patience in all things. Notice how impatience, whether subtle or overt, creates tension in both body and mind. Tightening shoulders, quickening the heartbeat, or stirring repetitive thoughts. Monks still debate whether patience is an innate virtue or a learned skill. Yet tonight, you simply practice it quietly, letting the mind unfold in its own time. Visualize a monk seated by a slowly flowing stream. He observes the water's movement steady yet unpredictable, appreciating each ripple and swirl without rushing or forcing it. In the same way, your own experiences, thoughts, and challenges flow at their natural pace. By meeting life with patience, you allow events to unfold gently without unnecessary resistance or mental friction. Each inhale draws calm into your body. Each exhale releases the subtle tension created by haste. Take a deep, full breath in, feeling your chest expand, and exhale slowly, imagining all impatience melting from your mind. Even playful thoughts like a monk waiting for a stubborn incense flame to catch remind you that waiting, observing, and allowing the natural process is part of the journey. Patience is not passive. It is an active engagement with the present moment, steady and aware. Recall a story from temple lore. A young monk struggled to learn a complex chant, growing frustrated with himself. His teacher gently advised, "Each sound comes in its own time. Force only creates error." Over weeks, patience allowed the monk to master the chant, while his stress and self-judgment gradually faded. Monks still debate whether patience is learned through suffering or teaching, yet its calming effect on the mind is undeniable. Feel your body relaxing further, the subtle pulse in your wrists, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the grounding warmth in your feet. Each inhale strengthens patience. Each exhale releases mental tension and the urge to rush. Visualize a soft golden light expanding from your heart, embracing every moment with calm endurance. Picture yourself walking along a temple corridor lined with lanterns flickering in the evening breeze. Each step, each breath, each gentle pause represents patience in action. You move without hurry, observing without judgment, letting the rhythm of life unfold naturally. This practice softens overthinking, opens space in the mind, and prepares you for the next meditation step, cultivating joy and contentment in the present moment. With your breath flowing gently, bring your awareness to cultivating joy and contentment in the present moment. Notice how often the mind seeks pleasure elsewhere, thinking of the past, anticipating the future, or wishing for circumstances to be different. Monks still debate whether true contentment comes from external simplicity or inner cultivation. Yet tonight, you can simply allow joy to arise naturally within without needing to chase it. Visualize a monk seated under a blooming tree, watching sunlight dapple the ground. He notices the gentle sway of branches, the hum of insects, the warmth of the sun on his skin. In these ordinary moments, joy quietly emerges, unbidden and free. Similarly, your own heart can awaken to small wonders, the comfort of breath, the quiet rhythm of your body, the soft pulse of awareness. Even tiny acts, a remembered smile, a quiet cup of tea, a peaceful thought, become windows to contentment. Take a slow, deep inhale, feeling your chest expand, and exhale fully, letting tension and restlessness dissolve. Imagine a warm golden light radiating from your heart, filling every corner of your awareness with gentle joy. Even playful thoughts, like imagining a monk laughing at a small bird attempting to balance on a lantern, remind you that contentment often appears in the simplest, most unexpected moments. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk, despite having few possessions, found immense joy in tending a small garden. He marveled at the growth of plants, the songs of birds, and the interplay of sunlight and shadow. Monks still debate whether joy arises from appreciation or practice. Yet the lesson is clear. Contentment grows when awareness meets life with openness and gratitude. Notice your body's subtle sensations, the soft rise and fall of your chest, the warmth in your hands, the grounding pressure of your feet. Each inhale nourishes joy, each exhale releases grasping or striving. Visualize your consciousness as a lantern in the night, illuminating the beauty of the present moment without needing to chase or alter it. Picture yourself walking along a moonlit garden path, observing flowers, leaves, and stones. Each step is complete, each breath enough. Joy and contentment arise effortlessly when the mind rests in the present, releasing expectations and overthinking. This serene awareness prepares you to explore the next step, cultivating wisdom through mindful reflection. As your breath continues its slow, calming rhythm, allow your awareness to shift toward cultivating wisdom through mindful reflection. Notice how each experience, whether pleasant or challenging, carries a subtle lesson if observed carefully. Monks still debate whether wisdom is innate insight or cultivated through practice. Yet tonight, you simply allow your mind to notice, gently contemplating without forcing understanding. Visualize a monk seated on a stone bench overlooking a quiet courtyard. He reflects on the day's events, the teachings he heard, the small interactions with fellow monks, even minor frustrations, observing patterns and understanding cause and effect. Similarly, your own experiences offer wisdom when observed attentively. The ripple of thoughts, the rise and fall of emotions, and the subtle shifts in your body. Reflection does not demand judgment, only awareness, like sunlight, gently illuminating a shaded path. Take a deep, full inhale, feeling your chest expand, and exhale fully, imagining tension and habitual overthinking dissolving into the air. Each breath strengthens your capacity to observe. Each exhale releases clinging or rushing. Even playful thoughts, like imagining a novice monk pondering the exact number of pebbles in the courtyard, remind you that reflection can be gentle, curious, and sometimes delightfully lighthearted. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk spent an entire season observing ants moving along a temple wall. He noted their patterns, their struggles, and their cooperation. In doing so, he gained insight into patience, community, and persistence. Monks still debate whether true wisdom comes from observing small creatures or introspection. Yet the principle is evident. Mindful reflection nurtures clarity, calm, and understanding. Focus now on your body, noticing subtle sensations, the rise and fall of your chest, the warmth pooling in your hands, the steady grounding of your feet. Each inhalation draws in awareness. Each exhale releases distraction. Visualize a soft, luminous light expanding from your heart into your mind, illuminating patterns without harsh judgment or expectation. Imagine walking through a serene, lantern-lit temple corridor. Every stone, every shadow, every flickering light carries a small lesson if observed with gentle awareness. Your mind rests in quiet understanding, noticing cause and effect, observing thoughts without clinging, and cultivating the steady, soft wisdom that naturally arises from mindful reflection. This prepares you to explore the next meditation step, embracing compassion for yourself as deeply as for others. As your breath flows, gently guide your awareness toward embracing self-compassion as deeply as for others. Notice how often your mind can be critical, impatient, or harsh toward yourself. Monks still debate whether true compassion begins outwardly or inwardly, but tonight you simply allow kindness to flow both ways. Each inhale draws nurturing energy into your heart. Each exhale releases judgment and self-reproach. Visualize a monk seated in the early morning light, quietly tending to his own meditation space. He notices dust imperfections or minor errors, yet addresses them with calm care and gentle acceptance, neither berating nor ignoring. Similarly, you can observe your own thoughts, emotions, and habits with the same tenderness, acknowledging mistakes or difficulties without self-criticism. Compassion is not indulgence. It is conscious care that softens the mind and heart. Inhale deeply, feeling the gentle rise of your chest, and exhale fully, imagining a soft, warm light filling your heart. This light radiates inward, touching every part of your being, embracing your struggles, quirks, and past errors with understanding. Even playful thoughts like picturing a monk tripping over his own robes and laughing softly remind you that gentleness toward yourself is both natural and liberating. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk became frustrated when he could not memorize sutras perfectly. His teacher reminded him, "Treat your mind as you would a fragile flower. Care, nurture, and patience bring growth." Monks still debate whether self-compassion leads to discipline or softens it. Yet the lesson is clear. Kindness toward oneself strengthens resilience, calm, and clarity. Notice your body, the warmth in your hands, the steady pulse in your chest, the subtle tension melting from shoulders and jaw. Each inhale draws awareness and kindness inward. Each exhale releases harsh judgment or doubt. Visualize your consciousness as a gentle lantern, illuminating the temple of your mind, casting light on both shadow and brightness without judgment. Picture walking along a quiet garden path in early dawn, each step accompanied by self-awareness and kindness. The wind brushes softly, petals drift gently, and you move without haste, acknowledging yourself as tenderly as you would a close friend. In this awareness, self-compassion softens overthinking, releases mental rigidity, and nurtures a calm heart, preparing you to explore the next principle, integrating all lessons into daily life with gentle mindfulness. As your breath flows slowly, bring your awareness to integrating all lessons into daily life with gentle mindfulness. Notice how the principles you've practiced, patience, gratitude, compassion, awareness, and letting go, can ripple into every moment of your day. Monks still debate whether formal meditation or daily action carries more weight in shaping the mind. But tonight, you can imagine seamlessly blending insight with ordinary experience. Visualize a monk walking along the temple corridors, carrying water for the garden. Each step, each movement, each gesture is mindful the lift of his foot, the careful pouring of water, the attentive gaze upon leaves and flowers. Similarly, your daily actions, washing dishes, replying to messages, listening to a friend, or simply breathing can become expressions of your inner calm and clarity. Mindfulness is not separate from life. It is life observed and honored. Inhale deeply, feeling your chest expand, and exhale fully releasing tension, rushing thoughts, and self-judgment. Imagine a soft golden light radiating from your heart, extending outward with every small gesture you perform. Even playful thoughts, like picturing a monk carefully stacking stones in a garden labyrinth, remind you that daily mindfulness can be both precise and lighthearted, profound and simple at the same time. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk meticulously folded robes each morning, performing the task with complete presence. Visitors often dismissed it as mundane, yet he understood that the act itself, infused with awareness, was a meditation. Monks still debate whether ritual or insight carries more impact. But for you, the teaching is clear. The lessons of practice gain strength when lived moment by moment. Notice the gentle sensations in your body, the rise and fall of your chest, the subtle pulse in your hands, the grounding of your feet. Each breath links awareness with action. Each exhale softens tension and overthinking. Visualize your consciousness as a gentle lantern moving through the halls of your life, illuminating each moment with clarity, compassion, and presence. Picture yourself walking through a familiar space, performing ordinary tasks with mindful attention. Each breath, each thought, each action becomes an opportunity to express the calm clarity and wisdom you've cultivated. By integrating lessons into daily life, the mind rests more easily, overthinking softens, and a steady, gentle rhythm emerges, preparing you for the next meditation. Focus, deepening inner peace through surrender and trust. With each gentle inhale and exhale, guide your awareness toward deepening inner peace through surrender and trust. Notice how often the mind resists, clings, or struggles for control. Even the desire to control sleep thoughts or outcomes can create subtle tension. Monks still debate whether surrender is a passive letting go or an active trust. Yet tonight, you simply allow it to arise naturally, like a quiet river flowing around stones. Visualize a monk seated by a quiet pond at dusk. He releases a lotus flower onto the water, watching it float freely, trusting the currents to carry it naturally. Similarly, your thoughts, emotions, and intentions can be released without effort or judgment. Each inhale draws calm into your being, and each exhale releases the need to force, resist, or control. The act of surrender is not weakness. It is an embrace of the natural flow of life. Take a slow, deep breath, feeling the gentle rise of your chest, and exhale fully, noticing tension melting from your shoulders, jaw, and spine. Imagine a soft, radiant light expanding from your heart, illuminating the inner sanctuary of your mind, offering warmth, clarity, and safety. Even playful thoughts, like picturing a monk balancing on one foot while laughing at the wobble, remind you that surrender can be gentle, lighthearted, and freeing. Recall a story from temple lore. A monk faced a harsh winter with little firewood. Instead of struggling or despairing, he surrendered to the circumstances, trusting his resourcefulness and the support of his community. The experience deepened his inner calm and resilience. Monks still debate whether surrender leads to enlightenment or simply inner peace, but its effect on easing mental tension is clear. Focus on your body, the gentle pulse of your hands, the warmth in your core, the soft pressure of your back against the bed or cushion. Each breath anchors trust, each exhale releases control. Visualize yourself walking along a moonlit temple path, each step light, each movement free, each breath a surrender to the natural rhythm of life. In this space, the mind rests fully, overthinking dissolves, and inner peace deepens. Picture the lantern-lit courtyard of the monastery at night. Shadows dance softly, wind brushes leaves gently, and the calm radiates everywhere. You walk through this space trusting, surrendering, and resting in a gentle awareness that everything unfolds as it should. This practice completes the journey of tonight's meditation, leaving the mind spacious, peaceful, and ready for the final reflection. As your breath flows effortlessly, bring awareness to the integration of all practices for lasting inner peace. Feel how patience, gratitude, compassion, mindfulness, simplicity, equanimity, and surrender weave together into a calm, steady rhythm within your mind and body. Monks still debate whether peace is a destination or a living process, yet tonight you simply experience it, allowing all teachings to coexist in gentle harmony. Visualize a temple courtyard at dawn. Monks move quietly. One waters the garden, another lights a lantern, a third sweeps the stone path. Each act is infused with awareness, kindness, and balance. Similarly, your mind can rest in the integration of these principles. Every inhale draws clarity, every exhale releases tension, and every gentle observation reinforces the inner sanctuary of peace you have cultivated. Even playful thoughts like imagining the monks pausing to watch a curious cat chase a falling leaf remind you that integration need not be rigid or serious. It can be natural, light, and harmonious. Recall a story from temple lore. A senior monk, after decades of practice, was asked how he maintained peace. He smiled and said, "I do not chase it. I live it moment by moment, breath by breath." Monks still debate whether his serenity came from ritual insight or simplicity, but the truth remains: inner peace arises when practice is consistent, gentle, and fully embodied. Bring your awareness to your body, the steady rise and fall of your chest, the warmth in your hands, the grounding of your feet. Feel the subtle expansion of space within the softening of habitual tension and the gentle quieting of overthinking. Imagine a radiant light within your heart, extending through your mind, illuminating every corner, every thought, every sensation with calm clarity. Picture yourself walking slowly along a moonlit temple path. Lanterns flicker softly, petals drift on the breeze, and the courtyard is alive with quiet presence. You move in harmony with the rhythm of life, integrating lessons naturally into your awareness, ready to carry this calm into every breath and action. Your mind is spacious, your heart is light, and your awareness rests fully in the present. Now allow your breath to slow even further. Each inhale soft and easy, each exhale long and gentle. Feel your body melting into the surface beneath you, your muscles unwinding your mind, opening to quiet stillness. Imagine the soft glow of temple lanterns, fading into moonlight, casting gentle shadows that drift and disappear. The air is warm, filled with the faint scent of incense, and the distant echo of temple bells, marking the rhythm of calm awareness. Visualize each thought and worry as a petal floating down a quiet stream, drifting naturally, leaving your mind spacious, open, and serene. Allow yourself to smile softly at your own presence, embracing imperfections and gentle victories alike. Even playful thoughts may appear briefly. Notice them, acknowledge them, and let them pass like clouds in a wide, calm sky. With each slow breath, you feel gratitude, patience, and compassion settling deep within. Inner peace is no longer a distant goal. It is alive, present, and woven into every part of your being. You are fully supported by your own awareness, your own kindness, and the gentle flow of life around you. Now let the mind soften completely, the body resting fully, and allow a quiet whisper to guide you into sleep. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. The sound, the rhythm, the presence of awareness cradle you into a deep, restorative slumber, where overthinking dissolves and gentle peace fills every corner of your being.